The next station is
Innovation. Innovation.
Innovation Station on a Tuesday afternoon, and today something really interesting. Scarcity marketing, or as it's otherwise known as, hunger marketing.
Yeah, so basically, buy it now or never.
Get it now because it's going to be gone soon.
Yes, and the premise of scarcity marketing is that the product has to be high quality. It has to be pretty good. So there needs to be a high demand for the product for it to work, right?
It's almost like, though, when, and I'm thinking of something already, the Golden Arches rib
Yeah.
sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like when you see it, and I'm not speaking only about that product, but just anytime we see limited edition, our brain automatically assumes it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the automatic assumption. So it's
Right.
like they achieve that goal in the marketing campaign before they even try to achieve that goal.
Yeah, so on the company's part, that's what it is, right? But on the consumer side, it's like, okay, the consumers are divided into two groups. Those who have it, which is the minority, and those who don't have it. So it's kind of, messing with your emotions in a way, right? So that's why scarcity marketing actually works. But scarcity marketing is not just about quantity, it's also about time. So there are two different types. One about time marketing and one about quantity, like limited quantity. So time marketing is something like, when you go onto these like hotel booking websites, they say, oh, you have this, we are going to give it to you at this price for just 3 days. Or today's your last day to get it at this price.
Oh, or 3 rooms left.
Oh, yeah.
2 rooms left. Our last room. I often wonder, is it really your last room?
So I went and checked.
But, okay, so what's the answer?
Yes.
It
was
is?
the last room.
So I what do you call it? They said it was the last room, so I booked it and I went back to check if there was one more left. But it wasn't there.
It wasn't there?
Yeah, so it really worked. I think there's probably like laws and regulations where they kind of screen those websites to see if it's real or not, because that was a big issue with home shopping. Because home shopping,
Yeah.
people they're like, oh, it's almost sold out.
매진 임박.
Yeah, so you can't say it unless 80 or 90% of your products have actually been sold.
Interesting.
On air.
The other thing the travel websites do that has an effect on me is they'll say like 200 people have viewed this property in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And my brain goes, okay, hurry up and book it.
Exactly. So
Right.
that I don't know if it's real or not because I
Yeah.
didn't check it, but it probably is, right? So it makes us think we got to get it now. And it's just not just for hotel bookings, it's for anything like sale, right?
Yeah,
They say
yeah.
they put a limited time to a sale and things like that. That makes us wanting to buy it more, right? So that's time marketing, right? The limited quantity examples, there are more. Right? We talked about the swoosh, sneakers. They do that quite often. They
Yeah.
come out with limited edition sneakers all the time.
Happens all the time in the food industry too.
Yeah, so we talked about the bear beer right now. Like, it's
Yes.
scarce. Like, you can't get it. That's why people want it more. It probably tastes like any other beer, right?
Coffee shops come out with their seasonal drinks.
Yep.
Right.
Summer drinks, winter drinks. And this one coffee shop, they give out freebies if you drink 13 or 17, cups of...
I think it's 17.
Yeah, I think it's 17. And people are
it's
wanting that.
17.
Yeah, I
People
do.
want that freebie, And it changes every summer.
Oh, one of my favorites is the cherry blossom something or other that
What?
comes out. Yeah.
You haven't
that
tried
drink?
a churro and you've tried a cherry blossom drink.
Oh, the irony.
funny, Steve.
No, but the cherry blossom one's super limited though, because the cherry blossoms are only here for like 2
Oh, the
weeks.
churros are like always here, so you
Get a
gotta try
churro.
it.
Yeah, I could leave the room right now, go downstairs and get a churro if I wanted to.
Oh.
But the cherry blossoms, I have to wait until.
See, this marketing strategy is working. It
Totally.
made Steve drink that cherry blossom
Oh my
drink.
gosh, I can imagine like Steve at this coffee shop looking at the menu. Oh, cherry blossom. It's so pink. I want to get it.
It was very pretty and it was very good.
So anyhow, those items are what we're talking about today. So I'm going to give you some examples of the big ones of the past and then two big ones of the current,
Okay, sounds
situation.
good. Well, why
Okay.
don't we dive into that after we take a break? The break, Selena Gomez, Rare. We are talking scarcity marketing or hunger marketing today with Kaylin in Innovation Station. And before the break, you said that you had some examples from the past and a couple from today as well, yeah?
Yes. So the honey butter flavor chips that we were talking about, when it first came out, within 3 months, the company had profits of $448 million US dollars.
Goodness me, in 3 months.
In 3 months.
Wow.
And people bought it. People who could get it early on, they resold it on online sites 3 times the price.
For a bag of chips?
For a bag of chips. And there was even a rumor saying, because it was so scarce, there
Yeah.
were rumors, it wasn't true, there were rumors that the factory was on fire. That's why they couldn't produce or manufacture the chips.
But wait, so was the company controlling the distribution?
Yes, I think that's what it was. And I think also they didn't really know how it would do in the market because it was a new flavor, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to kind of try it out first, but then it blew up.
Yeah, but I wonder though, from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
Think about it. So if a company has 100 units of honey butter chips that they are going to release, right? They have 2 choices. They can release 10 at a time, and 10 will sell out, and then they can release 10 more, 10 more, 10 more. Or they can release 100 at the same time and flood the market. Wouldn't they end up selling the same amount with either strategy that they went with? Or does the scarcity marketing elongate the amount or the time that they can sell the chips successfully? Just to use chips as an example.
I think it's just for marketing purposes because even still, like nowadays, you can still see these chips on the shelves, right? And they're still popular.
So it's not about the amount of sales. It's just about the marketing campaign.
Right, the buzz.
How to get the word out.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So there was another instant noodles that did really well, but this wasn't really successful, but it was successful when it first came out.
Is this the chincha 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 one?
Huh?
No.
Can you say that again? The what?
The chincha 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 one. This is the one that was supposed to be like the hottest ramen in the world, right? And when it got released, like there was all this buzz about it, like, oh, it's called this because it's like super super super. But it actually, I tried it and it wasn't the hottest ramen.
Oh, you mean like spicy hot?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, it's not that one. It's a chicken broth based one that came out a couple of years ago. And it was because it was an idea by a comedian named Lee Kyung-gyu.
Oh, yeah.
He was on a TV show and he shared his recipe. And the instant noodle company people who were there, they thought it was a good idea. So they gave him 1% for royalty fees and they released it. And it became a huge hit. Now this, within the first month of its release, the company sold 8 million of the instant noodles.
What was the flavor of it?
Chicken broth.
Just chicken?
Yeah. So basically it was spicy chicken broth. So it was white broth instead of red, which is the traditional ramen type. That's why it was another huge buzz because it was not like a traditional
It was
instant
unique.
noodle. Yeah,
Yep.
it was very unique.
8 million units of that in 1 month? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Did either of you try it?
I have
tried
not.
it. I tried it after the buzz. I like the traditional ramen better.
Yeah, but from the company's point of view, you bought it.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted you to do,
That's true.
right? Yeah.
Success. Okay, so now coming to today. This summer, the whole buzz is mint chocolate.
Oh my goodness, it's
Yeah,
everywhere.
Right? It is
Yeah.
everywhere, but only for the summertime. So people who are crazy about mint chocolate, I'm not a huge fan, but I guess like there's a lot of people who love mint chocolate. They're called 민초단. There's
Yeah.
even a term coined for those types of people. Now, so many, snacks and dessert companies are putting mint chocolate flavor into their desserts. So mint syrup,
No.
chocolate pies in the mint flavor, ice cream in the mint flavor.
Well, the ice cream already existed, did it
That's
not?
kind of almost like traditional.
Yeah, like that's the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. But then I think this time with mint chocolate, they're putting in pretzels into the
Oh.
ice cream. So it's a slight twist of
Yeah,
the original. So yeah, these are doing really, really well.
There's a fried chicken too.
Oh.
Mint chocolate. Search it.
Oh yeah, I saw it on
Look
TV.
Look it up. Mint chocolate fried chicken.
Okay, there are some things that you just don't mix together.
But you never know.
It might be. It might be good. I'm more interested in the mint chocolate fried chicken than I am in,
With churros?
than the honey buttered chips.
True. Well, moving on from food, cars. Cars are a big thing these days. So a new electric car came out early this year. The first day of, the first day when you could reserve or book a car, they had more than 20,000 people who put their names on the waiting list.
Wow. Okay.
The waiting list.
Yeah, the waiting list. So by the first week, there were more than 40,000 people, and they said, "Oh, we can't," because. Okay, so one reason is because they couldn't manufacture that many, but another reason is because the government will only support or subsidize a certain number of electric cars per year. So even though you put your name on the waiting list, or you could get it this year, still you won't be subsidized, which means you have to pay more for the car.
So it's almost like the housing lottery?
Yeah, sort
right?
of.
Kind of, right?
Kind of like that.
Interesting. Was that so? What was so special about that car? No, I'm not asking you the brand name,
Oh,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
but was it like hybrid, electric, something?
No, it's
something?
electric. It's the first full electric car of the line of the series. And actually, our producer even wants to buy it. But then, even though you put your name on the waiting list
Viola,
now,
get your name in there.
no, even though you get it put it on now, you probably wouldn't be able to get one next year. So
So they go. It's not a lottery. It's customer by customer by customer
Yeah.
by customer.
But they also say for cars in Korea, you can put your name on the waiting list and you pay a little, waiting fee. But at the same time, you can get it back, like fully reimbursed. It's not a lot of money too. So out of the 40 or 50,000 people who put their names on the waiting list, they're expecting half of them to fall out because of the long wait and whatnot. So if you want the car, put your name on it.
I'm wondering if people are looking at that car as they look at other things. You said, the honey butter products were being resold on the internet, and the coffee companies, when they have their promotions for their diaries or their summer chairs or whatever, that stuff gets resold. I'm wondering if it's the same with the cars.
Okay, so I'm glad that you asked, because I don't know about this car, this particular brand, but some cars that are really scarce and they're pretty expensive too. Used cars are even more expensive than new cars because you just can't get it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's happening right as we speak.
Jin Young texted in on the topic of mint chocolate saying, I don't understand why people eat mint chocolate. It feels like toothpaste.
That's what a lot of people who don't like mint chocolate
Yeah,
say.
that's exactly what they say.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Everybody should try that cherry blossom frappa blank one, because that thing is amazing. Oh. And maybe if there were a Yoido churro festival every year, maybe I would be more inclined to try one of those.
Oh, churros from trees?
Thanks for that, Kaylin. Really interesting. That concludes our number one. Stick with us for the second. Notorious B.I.G. wraps up the first. Sky's the limit.